Oh my God, guys, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. I just need to spray my face with this setting spray and then we're good to go. This is episode 4, guys. We made it to episode 4. How do we feel about that? Right, I'm not talking about the phone. Guys, I am absolutely livid, right? I recorded for like 30 minutes, a fantastic piece, if I do say so myself. A fantastic piece. And I had this thing is to blame, right? Oh, I had it plugged in and now it's not throughout the whole video, but you can hear you know that crunching noise that it makes. I really I'm gonna throw this in the bin now. I can't believe that's happened because I wanted to make an episode that wasn't like choppy, because the last one was choppy. You know, because I was in London at Lad Bible and it was so rushy, and so it was choppy here, choppy. I don't like them episodes, and now this one's gonna have to be a choppy episode as well. I just recorded a straight masterpiece. That's so annoying. I will never ever be using a microphone again. Right now I'm a rookie at YouTube, so I'm recording on an iPhone, but one day we won't be a rookie. And we'll be recording on a proper camera with one of them proper microphones. But this has really done me over. I'm so sad, guys. So sad. And now I'm feeling like I need to make another episode, but it's not going to be as good as the one that I just made. Nowhere near as the one that I just made, but I'm going to try. Let's go again. I'm not even going to remember what I spoke about in the last episode. It's not even an episode, is it? Because it's not been aired. I'm so angry, so sad and angry. I'm going to eat my flake now because that's really pissed me off. Disgraceful. So basically, I'm going to have to get to it again. I'm filming this before the next Lad Bible goes out, right? So episode 3 that you will have already watched because you love me. The episode 3 that you would have already watched, I haven't posted yet because that happens in the future. It's Saturday and Lad Bible goes live tomorrow, but I'm recording this in preparation because I like to record content like a week in advance. I don't want to be rushing around thinking, because then I can't create a masterpiece. Then if I'm rushing around, I cannot create a masterpiece because it's not real. Then I'm making it because I've got a deadline to hit. I'm not making it because it's come from my heart and I'm pouring my soul out. In these episodes, I pour my heart out. I pour my soul out, and I'm glad to do that every single time. But I'm a bit anxious about Lad Bible tomorrow purely because it's huge. And every time you do something that's massive, like it might be the Sun newspaper, that's a big one. It could be like a documentary on maybe BBC or ITV, you know, like the big things. Every single time, you can guarantee that there are people that want to come to you. Sorry, I'm not well. That there are people that are going to come to your page and they're going to tell you what they think of you, and it's not going to be nice. Now, as much as I don't care, I used to care a lot. I don't care anymore because it's been happening since 2021. It's not nice. It's not nice. Because if you can imagine, I could just be having a normal, lovely Monday, and then it's going to pop up on my phone that so-and-so wants to send you a message, and I'll read it, and it'll just be something absolutely vile, like, you can't, or you should have died in Syria, you know, something like that. Like, okay, cool, that's your opinion. But, I'm just trying to drink my coffee and have a nice... Do you know what I mean? Stop it, guys. Look, people don't want to forgive, right? And I'm not saying that oh, please forgive me, you need to forgive me. No, absolutely not. What I did, I've served the punishment for that. That I'm forgiven. If you choose not to, you don't need to forgive me. It's not a forgive. I don't need your redemption. That's the thing. But what I mean when I say that people are not so quick to forgive, they're not. They don't want to forget. It doesn't have to be about Syria or ISIS. You make a mistake today, right? People in 10 years' time will still say that about you. People remember the bad things. They don't remember the good things. You know, when people gossip, they say, oh, that's that guy. That's that guy who, yeah, he's a bit of a gambler. Oh, yeah, don't you remember when he gambled his house away? You know, I've just made that example up off the top of my head. People won't say, yeah, that's the guy. Yes, and he's a fantastic man. Yes, he is. No, they don't. People just want to be so nasty. So I'm always like, oh shit, here we go again. So that's gonna happen. That's cool. Yeah, I suffer from anxiety really bad, guy. I do. I think I touched on it in the last episode. I suffer really badly from anxiety. You wouldn't think it. I say that to people, people that know me in real life. I'm like, oh, because my anxiety's just flaring up. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I suffer from anxiety. They're like, you're a liar. No, you don't. I'm like, you don't understand. I really do. I'm really badly from anxiety. But I'm also a really confident, articulate person as well. But the thing is, I can die in them moments when the anxiety gets me. When the anxiety gets me, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing at myself. I'm not laughing at anxiety. I'm laughing at my own struggles with anxiety. When them anxious moments come to me, I'm like, oh, I should probably lock myself in the cupboard. You do. It's a nasty little thing, anxiety is. It's a horrible little thing, the way it makes you feel. I'm like, oh, I can't go to the shop. Oh, it's horrible. It's weird. For me, I act weird when I'm anxious. I'm like, oh no, probably should not. No, I don't like it. I don't like the anxious version of myself, but I do suffer from anxiety really badly, but I'm extremely confident. And the thing, this is the thing. This is where the contradiction comes from, because it's like, Tareena, you're really confident, you're really articulate, you speak to millions of people. How are you anxious? I get that. I get that. But here's the thing. What counteracts it is that I am so fierce and stubborn inside. I can't be defeated. I can't. I said that in the last episode. And in the last episode, I was kind of like laughing and joking a little bit. But like, I don't mean it as a joke. Like, I literally can't be defeated. I can't. Internally, I can't. If I don't want to do something, or if I'm scared of doing something, I will do it just to piss myself off. It's not even about pissing myself off, just because I'm like, no. Where's this fear coming from, Tareena? Where's this fear coming from? We don't deal with fear around here. So yeah, that's how I deal with the anxiety, because I am so like, no, I can't be defeated. That really helps with my anxiety, but I understand not a lot of us are like that. Not a lot of us have that in us. I hate this fringe. Do you know what? Anyway, not a lot of us have that inside of us. Now, why do I have that inside of me? It goes back to childhood. I don't speak a lot about my childhood, guys, purely because I don't want to offend like anyone or upset anyone in my inner circle, right? Because no one's been exiled. We're all still pretty much together. And I don't want to embarrass anyone, because we all make mistakes, right? We make mistakes. And sometimes our parents make mistakes. When you are a child, how you are raised and your environment affects your later being. It affects the person that you turn out to be as an adult. It affects how you deal with certain situations, right? I was quite protected whilst growing up, and probably couldn't like hang out as much as I wanted to, or go to people's houses, or think like, we were just like quite like strict or something like that. I had zero, believe me, zero social skills. When I went out into the big wide world on my own, I had no social skills. I remember the first time I went to London alone, I was 16 years old, and I went for this like summer camp thing, because I can sing. So it was like an urban music thing for like singers or whatever. So I went there, University of Westminster. And like they paid for everything. They pre-booked my ticket. I had a seat reserved. I was 16 years old. Never been out in the wide world on my own. Never. This is it. Now I'm thrown in at the deep end. So I get on the train to London from where I'm from, which is a good like 2 hours. I was so shy and not confident. I just stood there like this. I didn't even go to see where my seat was. I didn't even have the confidence to walk down the carriage. I was like, I can't walk down there. People are going to be looking at me. I'll just stand. Stood for the whole 2 hours to London. I stood. My legs were killing me. I will never forget it. I stood. Because social anxiety crippled me. I didn't have the confidence to go and look for the chair. And if I had and someone was sitting in my seat, I would not have had anything about me to say, excuse me, sir, that's my seat. Anxiety raging. Zero social skills. Zero. But the point I'm trying to make is how we are raised and what we see as children affects us as an adult. So when I say things like, I can't be defeated, I don't mean that in a battle sense. We're not on the battlefield. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean like I can't be defeated. No, absolutely not. As you can imagine, right, over the years, I have done counselling, whatever. I've had all of these. I've done all of this counselling with like doctors of psychology, with counsellors. It's like I've done a lot. You can imagine, right? And one of the like doctors, she was a psychologist, and like I will have said to her about like childhood, and she said to me, you are not scared of anything. I said no, because she said to me, were you not scared when you ran away to Syria? And I said, I don't really think about fear like that. I don't really think. I wouldn't think about fear like that. Does that make sense? Like I don't really think like, yes, I suffer from anxiety, and that passes. But once the anxiety passes, I'm like, no, I'm really, really strong inside. So that is why I have this I can't be defeated, and this really strong thing inside of me that refuses to give up. Now, and that's what counteracts the anxiety. That's why it's so like a bit contradicting, but it is what it is. I say the truth. I don't come here to lie. I don't come here to, no, I say it is what it is. I have anxiety, but I'm incredibly strong. I get it. Contradict the refusal to quit. If I didn't have that, and not everybody does, but if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have made it through. I would not have made it through. I wouldn't be here today. I don't want to turn this episode dark. I don't want to turn this episode into like something sad. But sometimes some things need to be said. The only reason I am sat here today, alive, well, is because of my faith. Is because I am a Muslim. And in our religion, it is forbidden to kill yourself. That's a fact. If it wasn't for that, if I didn't have a religion, I would have killed myself a long time ago. I would have. Because it was really, I couldn't, I don't know how I made it through that. I don't know how I made it through that. I don't. And now you look back and like, relieved. But not everybody has that in them. You know, the inner fight, people wake up in the morning and let's say they're going through depression or the anxiety kicks in and it's like, I don't want to get out of bed today. No, I'm not knocking that feeling. That's a horrible feeling. If you guys have ever like suffered from depression or anything, it's a nasty little thing. And when you open your eye, oh my God, it's horrible. It's a horrendous feeling. When you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, I'm still here. Can you imagine that, guys? Can you imagine that? To open your eyes in the morning and be like, oh, I didn't die in the night, and being sad about that. Can you imagine that? That's real. That's real. And I'm mentioning that because I know a lot of people go through that. A lot of people go through that. A lot of people go to sleep. I just cut that last little bit because I didn't, it was a bit like, it was sad, but a lot of people go through that. That's why there was a jump there, because I don't want to keep it like really sad. So the fire that's within me is what I'm grateful for, is why I'm still here, is why I do what I do. Because when I wake up in the morning, like not now, I'm so happy right now, alhamdulillah. But before, when I wake up in the morning, when I was going through my extreme depression, oh my God, it was extreme. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, so you didn't kill me in the night then, God? No, I'm sorry, but that is what I did think. I did used to think that. I'm still here then. Why didn't you take me when I was sleeping? That's what I used to say. I know, it's correct. That was it. So then I have that little moment, but then I'm like, right now, better get out today. Better go and see what the world has waiting for me today, reluctantly. But I know not everybody has that. Some of us, we don't get out, we don't want to. We don't want to you can't get out of bed, I get it. It's depression. But what I'm trying to bring to you is that you need to fight through that. You need to fight through that. You have to. It's very easy to say, I understand that, but I've been through it. Like I said, on the days that you don't want to, get up. Or on the days where you're like, no, I just want to quit today. No, we don't quit. We never quit. Yeah, that's not an option. We never quit. I don't allow you to quit. We don't quit. They are the days that you try extra hard. They are the days that you will try extra hard. The days that I used to wake up and think and be sad to be alive, guys. I was sad to be alive. I was. But they were the days that I put on the makeup. They were the days when I put on my best outfit. They were the days. Because you know what? I'm not going to be defeated. I'm not going to be defeated. And you won't be defeated either. But you can't give into it. It's, fighting through anything is so hard. Fighting through anything is so hard. But you got to do it. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice, and there's no other option. There's not, so you need to pull it together, and you need to get it together, and you need to do it. Tough love. You have to do it. And that is, like having been through what I've been through. I know people who've, look, this is my work, this is what I do. So I know of other people who've not ran away to Syria, but I know of maybe a handful. But I know of people whose lives have been infected by them being groomed on the internet. I know a lot of people whose lives have been ruined by this ISIS thing. A lot of people. Yeah? It's hard to live with this. And I'm not saying that so you feel sorry for me. No, you don't need to feel sorry for me. Like, don't, please. I urge you not to feel sorry for me. But it's hard to live with. It's a fact. It's hard to live with. And so many people, I know of people like now, they're still living with it. The depression of it. The how could I do that? The how could I, how could someone groom me on the internet? Do you know the shame? Do you know when I realised I'd been groomed on the internet, I was embarrassed. I was shamed. I felt ashamed. I did. Because I thought I was clever. I thought I was intelligent. I'm the girl that's always got something to say. I'm the girl that reads books. I'm the girl that studied psychology. You groomed me. I felt so embarrassed when they told me. I'll never forget when I realised I'd been groomed. I was in court. I'll touch on, if you want me to talk more about that, please let me know and I will. But I can't keep going off on tangents. Like, I have to keep it together. Yeah? And I'm like, wow. Me? No. That can't happen to me. But it did. And I know a lot of people that were groomed that have that same shame. How? How didn't I know? How didn't I know I was being groomed? I thought that person was, I've got my flake here. I thought that person was my friend. Some people even fell in love with their groomer, guys. Guys, I met girls that fell in love with their groomer. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? It's not real. You fall in love with someone and it was not real. You'd been groomed. It's horrible. And people, it's not just that. People are living with this thing and it's hard for them. It's hard. A lot of people stopped being Muslim. Sorry. Have to eat it. It's melting. Bismillah. A lot of people stopped being Muslim. They blame Islam for this whole grooming. I was groomed by ISIS and I blame Islam for it. Or billah. Okay. I'm not going to say nothing about that. That's your life and I'm not here to judge anybody. You've been affected the way you've been affected. So, you know, these are real struggles people are living with every day. Not even just extremism, Syria, ISIS, whatever. No, people living with trauma from everything. Still. And you know, that's the reason, and that's why, as much as I say, okay, Lad Bible's going live tomorrow, I'm a bit anxious because I know people are going to come and troll me. Okay, Tam, but why do you still do it? I still do it because I feel like this test was given to me because of the inner strength that I have. I do this public speaking so that I can save people, so that I can stop people from doing it. If I never come across anybody, when I was on the internet being groomed, I never come across anybody to tell me, because the groomer secludes you. If you get groomed, you're secluded. You don't open up to anybody, you don't tell nothing. The groomer traps you in his web, and that's it. That's it. I didn't come across anybody that had been to Syria and come back and said, no, you shouldn't go. Nobody at all. Because they hadn't at that time. People were not coming back. People were going too. It was ISIS was in a different position then, right? Nobody. Who knows? Had I have come across someone like myself, a crazy woman ranting on YouTube, I wouldn't have gone. Who knows? Maybe I wouldn't. It would have been different. I would have had a different narrative. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have gone. I'm the only person that speaks about this grooming thing, and I do it because I love it, because it's my life's task, it's my passion. I do this to stop other people. I went down that road so you don't have to, because it's a nasty road to come back from. A lot of people never made it back from that road. So that's why I do what I do. You're going to be on the internet getting carried away talking. And if I come across you, you're going to come across tareena.shakil, and we're going to have that conversation, and I have them conversations all the time. You won't even know it's me all the time. On TikTok, I'll just be doing my daily rounds. It is a daily round, and I'll be looking, you know, on whatever. Anything that I can see that's a bit untoward, I'm not going to go into what it is now, because it's not about exposing or whatever. It's not about, there might be a certain comment that I think, oh, hold on. I will be speaking. That's why I speak. That's why I do what I do. No, I don't gain nothing from this. Nothing. What I want to do for the next episode is, there are not a lot of charities that deal with grooming. I would love to go to a charity. I found one or two that do deal with grooming. I'm going to try and get there and do an episode from there. But yeah, this has been episode 4. I've been here with a new fringe. I hope you love it, and I'll see you in the next episode.